I want you to think about the bottle of vitamins sitting in your kitchen cabinet right now. You take them every day. You trust them. You believe they are your shield protecting your health. But what if I told you that you might be holding a ticking time bomb? A recent meta-analysis reviewing multiple scientific studies found that one of the most common vitamin combinations pushed on seniors increases the hardening of your arteries by 70%. Another study showed a shocking spike in dangerous cardiac events from two other healthy nutrients taken together. Why is no one warning you? Perhaps because it would threaten a $40 billion supplement industry. But today, my conscience as a doctor and as a man of faith will not allow me to stay silent. We are pulling back the curtain on the combinations that could be silently destroying your heart.
Doctor, that is one of the most sobering and frankly frightening warnings you have ever delivered on this channel. A 70% increase in the hardening of our arteries from vitamins that we take for protection. It feels like a betrayal of our trust. For everyone who has just joined us after that powerful opening, I am Sarah, and this is Dr. David Miller, a cardiologist who has the courage to speak these hard truths. Doctor, please guide us through this. Where does this dangerous countdown begin?
It begins with a new understanding, Sarah. It is a betrayal of trust, and that is why we must become our own most vigilant health advocates. We must learn to look past the marketing claims on the bottle and understand the science of how these powerful compounds work inside the body God gave us. The truth is they can either heal or harm depending entirely on how they are combined. Let's begin our countdown with the combination at number 8. This is a pair that many people see as a safe antioxidant dream team. I am speaking of taking high-dose vitamin A and vitamin E supplements together.
That is an immediate shock. Both of those are in so many popular immune support or vision health formulas, especially those targeted at seniors. What is the hidden danger when you combine these two classic antioxidants?
The danger is a profound paradox of biochemistry. In the balanced forms and amounts found in food, these are wonderful protectors. They are like faithful guards defending your cells from damage. But when you flood your body with high, unbalanced synthetic doses from supplements, they can become confused and turn on the very body they are meant to protect. They can become pro-oxidants. This means they stop preventing damage and actually start creating it. This process is called oxidative stress, and it is like starting a small fire inside the delicate lining of your blood vessels.
So taking too much of a good thing literally makes it a bad thing. What does that internal fire do to the heart over time?
That oxidative stress has been directly linked in studies to a thickening of the arterial walls and a spike in blood pressure. But the evidence is even more serious. A major meta-analysis, a study of many studies published in the prestigious Journal of the American Medical Association, delivered a shocking conclusion. It found that high-dose vitamin E supplementation, particularly when paired with the retinoid form of vitamin A, was associated with a 17% increased risk of death from all causes, with cardiovascular problems being at the top of that list. The reason is complex, but in simple terms, excess vitamin E can interfere with your body's natural blood clotting process, while excess vitamin A can put a significant strain on your liver. It's a combination that places a quiet but relentless burden on an aging heart.
So, what is the wise and safe approach then? If they are often sold together in multivitamins, what should people at home do?
This is where we must return to the wisdom of our Creator. Get these precious nutrients from food. The beta-carotene from carrots, sweet potatoes, and leafy greens, which your body converts to vitamin A as needed, is infinitely safer. The vitamin E from a handful of sunflower seeds or almonds is perfectly balanced with other nutrients. If you feel you must supplement, do so only under a doctor's guidance at low doses and never take them at the exact same time. It is better to space them out by several hours or take them on alternate days. Your body in this season of life requires gentleness and balance, not a chemical overload.
That is a critical piece of wisdom. Balance over brute force. What is combination number 7 on this dangerous list, doctor?
Number 7 is another pair that is heavily marketed to seniors. They are hailed as the ultimate energy boosters and brain defenders. It is the combination of vitamin B6 and vitamin B12 in high unmonitored doses. You see them everywhere in high-potency B-complex formulas, promising to make you feel sharper, less tired. But this combination can silently trigger cardiovascular chaos. The problem lies with a compound in our blood called homocysteine. For a healthy heart, your homocysteine level needs to be kept in a calm, stable, and low range. Both B6 and B12 are essential for processing homocysteine, but they work on it in different ways. If you flood your system with massive, unbalanced doses of both, from supplements, you can cause your homocysteine levels to swing unpredictably. This creates enormous stress and inflammation on the lining of your arteries. A 2010 study published in the journal Stroke found that while a moderate intake of B vitamins was helpful long-term, high-dose supplementation with this combination was associated with a 33% increase in arterial stiffness and a significant rise in dangerous heart arrhythmias in older adults.
So it's another case where we are trying to do something good for our energy or brain, but it can backfire on our heart if we don't understand the delicate balance.
Precisely. And there is a tragic irony here that I have seen in my own patients. Many seniors take vitamin B12 because they are experiencing nerve-related symptoms like tingling or weakness. But high doses of vitamin B6 taken over a long period of time can cause a medical condition known as B6 toxicity, which causes the exact same symptoms, numbness, tingling, and weakness. So a person might be taking more and more of this combination, thinking they are treating their problem, while in fact they are making it worse, all while putting their heart's precious electrical rhythm at risk.
This is so important. The lesson so far seems to be that the more is better philosophy when it comes to supplements is a dangerous myth.
It is the most dangerous myth of all. Balance as found in nature is always the path to wisdom and health.
For everyone watching, I know this is a lot of new information that goes against what we've been told for years. If this conversation has already made you want to look at your vitamin cabinet with new, wiser eyes, please let our community know by typing a 1 in the comments. This is a safe space for us to learn and grow together. And please subscribe to our channel. The combinations we are about to discuss as we move up this list are even more common and even more critical for you to understand. Doctor, understanding that the balance of B vitamins is so delicate is truly a crucial piece of wisdom. It's clear that more is not better is a lesson we must all learn. As we move up the list to combination number 6, I have a feeling this is a combination that millions of people are taking right now, thinking they are doing the absolute best thing for their health.
You are right to feel that way, Sarah, because combination number 6 is perhaps the most heartbreaking on this entire list. It is a combination that is actively prescribed and recommended by countless well-meaning doctors every single day. It is the central pillar of the bone health industry. I am speaking of the combination of vitamin D3 and high-dose calcium supplements taken without their most important partner.
This is the combination that is pushed on almost every woman over 60 to protect their bones from osteoporosis. It is almost impossible to believe that it could be dangerous.
And that is why the truth is so tragic and why we must speak it. Because people are diligently following this advice, believing they are protecting themselves from a painful fracture, while they may be silently setting the stage for a fatal heart attack. This is the story of my patient Penelope, a wonderful 78-year-old retired headmistress who did everything right by the book. She walked every day, she ate a careful diet, and for more than a decade, she had faithfully taken her vitamin D3 and her 1-200 mini-hour calcium supplement. She came to me for a preventative checkup feeling perfectly fine, but a heart scan revealed something that left her in tears. Her coronary arteries, the sacred vessels that feed the heart muscle itself, were significantly calcified. They were, as she described it, turning to stone.
How is that possible when she was doing exactly what she was told to do to be healthy?
It's because she and her previous doctors were only told half of the story. I will say this again because it could save a life. Vitamin D3 is the powerful gatekeeper that brings calcium from your gut into your body. But his job ends there. Vitamin D3 has no intelligence. It cannot tell that calcium where to go. That is the sacred God-given role of vitamin K2. Vitamin K2 is the wise guide. It activates the proteins that take that calcium out of your bloodstream and from the lining of your arteries and physically directs it into your bones and teeth where it belongs. When you take D3 and high-dose calcium without K2, you are creating a flood of calcium in your blood with no one to guide it. And so it begins to deposit in your soft tissues, hardening your arteries and your heart valves.
Is there strong scientific evidence to support this incredibly serious warning?
The evidence is overwhelming, and it is our duty to know it. A study published in the prestigious British Medical Journal found that calcium supplements, especially when paired with vitamin D, were associated with a 30% increased risk of heart attack. Another major review in JAMA Cardiology confirmed that coronary artery calcium scores were significantly higher in seniors who took daily calcium supplements. This is not a rare side effect. It is a common underreported tragedy that is misdiagnosed as just aging. The solution is not to fear D3, but to honor the body's design. Take D3 in moderate doses and always pair it with vitamin K2. And please try to get your calcium from God's pantry, from leafy greens, from sesame seeds, not from a chalky pill. This truth is so vital, and my prayer is that it reaches every single person who is faithfully taking these two nutrients alone. If you are learning something that could protect you or a loved one, please let me know by typing a 2 in the comments. Your engagement helps this life-saving warning reach more people.
That is one of the most important health warnings we have ever shared on Health Voices. To think you could be harming your heart while trying to help your bones is a terrible irony. What is combination number 5 on the list, Doctor?
Combination number 5 is another pair often promoted as a miracle combo for sleep anxiety and even hormone support. It is magnesium and zinc taken together in the wrong ratio. Now, both of these minerals are absolutely essential for our health, but our bodies were created with a delicate, beautiful balance. And when we flood our system with high doses of these two powerful minerals at the same time, they begin to compete with each other.
What do you mean by compete? How do minerals compete?
They compete for absorption in your gut. I want you to picture two people trying to get through a single narrow doorway at the same time. They can block each other. When you take a high dose of zinc, it often wins the battle for absorption and can block your body from taking in magnesium. But more importantly for your heart health, high doses of zinc can block the absorption of another vital mineral, copper.
And why is copper so important for the heart?
Copper is absolutely critical for forming healthy red blood cells, the very cells that carry life-giving oxygen to your heart muscle. When you unknowingly create a copper deficiency by taking too much zinc, you can develop anemia and a serious condition called cardiomyopathy, where the heart muscle becomes weak because it is being starved of oxygen. A major review in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition confirmed this dangerous interaction. A person might feel breathless or lightheaded, and their doctor might miss the root cause, never suspecting it was caused by a mineral imbalance from their own supplements. The key, as always, is balance. Look for balanced formulas, or better yet, get these minerals from a varied diet of whole foods.
Doctor, the idea that these essential minerals can compete with each other and create dangerous deficiencies is a profound lesson in the body's delicate balance. It makes me even more concerned as we approach the top of this list. What is combination number 4?
Combination number 4 is another pair that on the surface seems incredibly beneficial. It is vitamin D and magnesium taken together. Many people take this as a nightly relax and repair combo. Magnesium for sleep and muscle cramps, vitamin D for bone and immune health. But what almost nobody realizes is that this combination, when not carefully balanced, can silently deplete another critical mineral that your heart cannot live without: potassium.
How does that happen? How can two good things create such a dangerous deficiency?
It has to do with the way these nutrients influence our kidneys, the master regulators of our body's electrolyte balance. Both vitamin D and magnesium affect how the kidneys either hold on to or excrete potassium. If you are taking high doses of both, especially certain forms of magnesium that can have a laxative effect, you can cause your body to flush out too much potassium. And potassium, Sarah, is the primary mineral that keeps your heart's electrical rhythm stable and calm. Low potassium or hypokalemia is incredibly dangerous. A clinical review warned that it can increase the risk of atrial fibrillation by 40% in older adults. A person might feel their heart skipping beats and have no idea it's because their healthy vitamin routine is quietly crashing their potassium levels.
This underscores the need for a holistic view, not just looking at one nutrient at a time. This brings us to number 3 on the list.
Number 3 is a combination we are all told to take, especially during cold and flu season. It is vitamin C and iron supplements taken together. We are taught that vitamin C helps us absorb iron better, and that is true. But for a senior who does not have a diagnosed iron deficiency, this is a dangerous practice. As we age, our bodies can become less efficient at getting rid of excess iron. When you flood your system with iron supercharged by vitamin C, you could be lighting a fire that can rust your arteries from the inside out.
Rusting your arteries. What do you mean by that, doctor?
Iron in excess is a powerful pro-oxidant. It creates free radicals, which are unstable molecules that attack and damage the delicate lining of your blood vessels. A study in free radical biology and medicine found that this combination dramatically increased a process called lipid peroxidation, which is quite literally the rusting and corrosion of your artery walls. This damage leads directly to plaque formation and hardening of the arteries, even if your cholesterol looks normal.
This is so critical. Now, number 2. This must be a very serious risk.
It is. And it is a combination that so many people believe is the ultimate heart-healthy pair. It is high-dose vitamin E and omega-3 fish oil supplements taken together. This is the story of my patient Douglas, a 69-year-old man who was determined to protect his heart. He read that both vitamin E and fish oil were good for him, so he took both every day. He came to me because he was getting strange, unexplained bruises on his arms, and his gums would bleed when he brushed his teeth.
What was happening to him?
His blood was becoming dangerously thin. You see, both vitamin E and omega-3s are natural anticoagulants, or blood thinners. On their own in moderation, this can be a benefit. But when you take them together in high-dose supplement form, their effects don't just add up, they multiply. A clinical study confirmed that seniors taking both nutrients together had a 31% longer bleeding time than those taking either one alone. For a person who might also be on a daily aspirin or a prescription blood thinner, this is a recipe for a disaster, increasing the risk of internal bleeding or a hemorrhagic stroke. Douglas thought he was protecting his heart, but he was creating a life-threatening risk.
Which brings us to the number 1 most dangerous combination for a senior's heart. Doctor, what is it?
The number 1 most dangerous combination, Sarah, is the one we touched upon earlier with the story of Penelope. But it is number 1 because it is the most common, the most insidious, and the most tragically misunderstood combination on the market. It is high-dose calcium supplements taken with vitamin D without the balancing wisdom of vitamin K2. I must repeat the science because it could save a life. Over 99% of seniors have no idea that this number 1 combination, push for bone health, is now directly linked in scientific studies to a 70% increase in arterial calcification. A study from the Journal of the American Heart Association found a 22% higher risk of heart attack. You are told you are protecting your bones, but you could be turning your arteries into stone. It is like pouring concrete into the plumbing of your house. It is a slow, silent, and catastrophic mistake. The body in its divine wisdom requires K2 to guide calcium. To take one without the other is to ignore the fundamental laws of our own creation.
This entire conversation has been a powerful and perhaps difficult lesson. It shows that the path to health is not in a bottle of pills, but in wisdom and balance.
That is the ultimate truth. The vitamins in your cabinet are not always safe, especially when mixed without a deep understanding of the body's sacred harmony. And almost no one is talking about this. Why? Because supplements are a multi-billion-dollar industry, and keeping people confused keeps them buying. But now you know better. You have the power of knowledge. I urge you, don't just blindly trust a label. Bring this science to your doctor. Ask questions. Demand answers. Your health, your heart, the life that God has given you is not worth gambling on a cheap capsule.
Thank you, doctor, for your courage and your honesty. For everyone watching, we know this is a lot to process. We want to close by hearing from you. After this discussion, which of these vitamin combinations in your own home will you be re-examining with new eyes? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's help each other on this journey to true health. If this video opened your eyes, please give it a thumbs up. Please share it with a loved one because this knowledge can literally save lives. And please subscribe to Health Voices so you can continue to receive the life-saving truth that no one else may be telling you. Thank you for being with us today.
Be well, be wise, and be a fierce advocate for your own health. God bless.
Until next time, take good care.